Shalom royalty, it's Ellie here, and I really just wanted to be very, very honest. I've been very discouraged to continue with this channel, and you know, it's not so much that I don't want to share, my thoughts or the word or anything going on spiritually anymore. It's just dealing with people, and I have another YouTube channel where I talk about my personal life and I vlog and it's a lot more fun over there. So if there's haters or anybody who has anything negative to say, it's a lot easier to handle because it's like, oh, that's just a hater. But on this channel, it's negativity coming from Christians. And that's very discouraging. I expect people in the world to act a certain way, but it's people who claim they love Christ, who are saying certain things, and it just really gets under my skin. And so I talked to my mom yesterday, and I talked to my sister and our life group, our Bible study group, about the situation. They prayed for me, and they let me know, like, first of all, if the devil isn't attacking you, you're not doing anything right. So the fact that he is, that means you are doing something right. So it's like, okay, being reminded of that helps. And just seeing the perspective of other people, seeing the situation, because they really respect what I'm doing. It's not, it's not a thing of it being like they're, just boosting my head up for no reason. This is something I have been thinking about, contemplating for months. And now that I'm finally doing it, I was like, oh, I want to quit. And it's like, God made pretty much everything else in my life easy or simple to do. And to the point where I don't really have to worry about anything. And now the only grief I have is this channel. So I guess it's just kind of weird, but that is, how I'm feeling. I'm not going to stop. I am going to continue to make daily videos. And I am interacting on this channel more with the people I am subscribed to. So if you want to see who I'm subscribed to, I have that public on my channel, so you can go see where I get certain information from, who I get inspiration from, who I get motivation from, whose prophetic words I follow, different things like that. And of course, I have my own relationship with God, so don't think I'm blindly following anybody who I'm subscribed to. I don't want anyone who's subscribed to me to blindly follow me. Always take anything you hear from a person, take it back to God, test the spirits, and, see how he responds to what that person has to say in your own eyes. And so I just wanted to say, we're at a point right now where it's very apparent that things are not going back to how they used to be. A lot of people, I won't name a particular group of people, but you can see the group of people who are like, ooh, everything's okay now. Everything can go back to normal. And it's like, no, we weren't able to go back to normal since the first lockdown. The first lockdown was already crazy, but after the first lockdown, and there kept being lockdowns, that should have opened a lot of eyes. And that didn't. So now we're in a new year, and people are still, with that whole, they're relieved for some reason because certain events transpired, and they think that's the solution to the problem. Well, no, there is really no solution. There is no problem. This is just a shift and a new way of life at this point. And so now is the time to really, really harness your spiritual gifts, and understanding that we are Jesus. And I mean that very, very literally. If you're a believer or a follower of Christ, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And even, it's people who are spiritual, who don't claim a religion, or who don't necessarily say that they follow Jesus specifically because they don't base their lives off the Bible. But they understand what I mean when I say Christ-like consciousness. They understand what I mean when I say I have the power of Christ. So it's the fact that there's people who don't claim to be Christians, but they understand what I mean. They understand what other people mean. They can take a prophetic word from an actual prophet of the Lord and be like, oh yeah, that's facts. Whereas you have Christians who say, oh, they're a false prophet. No, you guys just don't have the spirit. You have to really have the spirit to understand the things that are happening right now, the prophetic words that are being given that don't seem to make any sense. That it's because these prophecies aren't carnal, they're spiritual. And that's something that, I don't think that the American church has emphasized. We really have to, like, when people say open your third eye, that's really what that means. Like, open your spiritual eye is really the first eye, to be honest with you. And when you develop Christ-like consciousness, you see things in a very different way than the average person does. And when you're able to do that, you feel that power, where you feel like you can walk on water, where you feel like you can fly, where you feel like you can be ascended into the clouds and transported to a different place. That type of stuff in the New Testament. We are in the New Testament. Understand that we are in the New Testament. We are in the book of Revelation. This is what we live. And so the word is being fulfilled right now by the words of the prophets. Whether you believe that or not, that's the simple truth. And of course, there are going to be a lot of false prophets, but I don't think there's that many of them right now. I don't think that's going to come for a little while when things start to get really, really crazy. Like, there's people who say that they follow Christ and they don't believe in aliens. So y'all really don't believe in extraterrestrials, but you say you believe in angels and demons? Think about that concept. Whether you believe aliens are angels or demons, they're positive or negative, evil or good, doesn't matter. The bottom line is there are aliens, there are extraterrestrials, there are angels and demons, there are cherubims. God created the first and second and third heaven. He created the firmament. What do you guys think outer space is? God lives outside of that. But he has created a place for us and for angels and demons to be. A lot of us don't really live here. And I know this is going to sound a little weird, but a lot of us just don't live here. We live what we're told is in our head, our imagination, but our imagination is more real than this real life is. Satan is the prince of the air. So the things that roam on earth are not of us. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go. I will be talking more about my dreams and the different things that I see, because a lot of us live in literally two different worlds. And you wonder why a lot of us are able to be all positive, be all happy when all this crazy stuff is going on. Well, if you read, I think it's Matthew 7, 23 through 25. I think those are the passages we read last night in life group. You have to build your foundation on the rock and not on the sand. And a lot of people have had their foundation on the sand in this government, in this economy, and their relationships with people, and not their relationship with Jesus, not their relationship with God, not their relationship with the Holy Spirit. So they're shaky. The most disappointing thing I saw this year was when the election happened and so many people started questioning their faith because prophets were wrong. Yeah, that's weird. You're going to base your faith in God off of words that prophets say? Off of an election? I understand the urge for him to want to stay, like the reason people wanted him to stay in office, which he is just he's not the president. He's the president of the free world. And y'all have to do your own research on that. I have a video on it, but I might link it below. But you can't say, is God real? Because the candidate you wanted to get in office didn't get there. even if prophets said so. That's disappointing. Quite honestly. You can't doubt God because of man. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go, you guys. Have a good day. Very honestly, have a good day. Pray, grow your relationship with the Most High. I want to see everybody in heaven, man, to be very honest. All right. Shalom, royalty. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.